Hey, hold up. Hold up. Hi. This was in my purse. Hi. Hold up. I tried the Brad Mondo's slate gray. I like it. I like it a lot. It's very close to my hair color. I say that every like 5 minutes about something. My eyebrows are still pretty patchy. The fuck? Anyways, whatever. What the fuck ever. It's just gonna take a couple months. You're probably like, where have you been? Where have you been? I've been in the garden. I've been in the garden. My fucking nice shoes are all fucked. I've been in the garden. There's mud everywhere in my house. Mud, 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 mud. And my cat got a hold of this paper, I guess. Okay, mud, mud, mud. Yeah, I've been scrapbooking. I started my period, so I got really depressed. I've been looking at the stars and charting them again, and planning on fixing my front room. I've been doing a lot of stuff. Okay, so mostly I've been making jams because it's berry season, so I have to quickly pick the berries to make the jams. And yeah, and I've been dyeing my hair gray. Different slate gray. It's a very nice gray from Brad Mondo. It's very nice. I like it a lot. It's cool beans. I like it. If you're into like naturally colors, slate gray, Brad Mondo, it's nice, and it helped my little ends on my. Sorry, the lighting's all fucked up. The ends on my hair become less fucked up. I got a new book today. It's called this one. I'll insert it. I'm excited. I wanted to like start maybe reading it. Maybe reading it. Yeah, of course. I've been making clay things. I made this mushroom. It's kind of ugly because I have air dry clay, and yeah, air dry clay. But I used to make these and sell them on an Etsy shop I had. But yeah, I've been making little mushrooms again, which is good just to make stuff. I made some buttons. Um, this is actually a bead. It's not a button, technically. It's a bead. Um, that's a button type of thing. Type. It's a button type of shit. Hold up. Hold up. Shut up. This one is much bigger. I made ugly buttons. Okay, look, I made ugly buttons the other night. This is a mama one and a baby one. Oh, I made an air dry heart that's still drying. I gotta paint it. It's clay. I'm so sorry. It's clay. Yeah, just showing off what I've been doing. Fucking around with clay. Someone mentioned me in a comment on Instagram. Um, yeah, there's a song, a country song. It's called like something like I ain't gay, I just like putting it into boys' butts. And then I was like, what's the name of the song? Because I need it, because I need to go blare it at the next town hall meeting. Um, because I live in the South in a small town and there's a bunch of rednecks down here and it sounds like one of those country songs, but it's about being gay and I like it. And so I was like, I'm gonna put it on in my big fancy souped up truck and go next town hall. Maybe next time they're voting, just drive through. No, I ain't gay. I just like putting it in boys' butts. Um, yeah, yeah. If you fucking yeah. Anyway, so I got some pins and stuff right here. That's what I've been fucking with. I have this air hardening clay. Now I live in the South, and it's a 80, 80, 80. 80 degrees humidity 80% of the time, and 80 degrees itself. Wait, 80% humidity, 80 degrees, 80% of the time. 80, 80, 80. That's what I say. It is down here. I don't think that's a real term. Sorry, I'm stacking my washi tape. I don't think it's a real term, but that's what I say. What I say goes. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I got a new planner. Yeah, so the clay does not it takes days to dry because it's so the air is so wet and thick here that it is always wet and thick and like crunchy air. You know what I mean? Like whatever. I'm gonna let this dry and get really hard and then color it and make a necklace out of it and stuff. If you'd be interested in buying stupid little clay things from me, let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in that. I have a bunch of moons I made out of clay, like clay moons for necklaces that are about this big. And I have a lot of things that I craft, and I don't like crafting for the idea of profit because that's stupid and dumb and capitalistic whore shit. Um, but I like crafting things, and then it'd be cool if I could like exchange them for something. I don't. I'm just an old soul and a fucked off body, and a fucked off body. Anyways, yeah. If you guys are interested in buying clay things from me, let me know, and I'll go purchase a PO box far away from where I live, and then I made a baby snail and start selling things. I don't know, like clothes and clay products. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I live in Texas, and Texas is so big, so the shipping would probably be like $5, and it'd probably only be to people in America because the tariffs, the tariffs. This is a tiny itty bitty snail. You can't see it. It's the size of my iris. It's how tiny the snail is. It's so tiny. I made a tiny itty bitty snail. I'll probably paint him. And then this is a piece of like um, sandalwood incense that I was just using to make a mess to drop. Yeah, and you're probably like, "Oh, what the fuck are you doing, honey?" I don't fucking know. Okay, I'm just trying to cope with seasonal changes, and I hate seasonal changes so much. Yeah, let's put some washi tape on this. That would be a good idea. Did that work? I might have messed up. Hold up, because there's a button in the back I didn't account for. Washi tape on the microphone. Woo! Whatever. We're just gonna call it a day. Yeah, we'll call that a day. Things I'm really into right now, clay. Okay, the garden. That's a whole nother thing. Going out to the garden all day long in 80-degree humidity, 80 degrees, 80% humidity, 80 degrees, 80% of the time. That's a lot. It takes a lot out of me. At the end of the day, I smell like a fucking swamp rat. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. Like, and I don't like getting on camera and being like, "Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel." And then being like, I fucking hate everything because that's not good. I don't want to put that shit out in the world. Like, no shit. If you live in America, like, yeah, everything sucks dick right now, but like, surprise, surprise. Oh, a 300-year-old country is being a cunt, a child. Surprise, surprise. You know what I mean? Like, a 300 something year old country is taking on a 5,000-year-old dynasty. Oh, surprise, surprise. Like, no, I'm not going to try to put out any content that is just me mumbling about bullshit affairs that I can't really control and I have no control over. What I do have control over is myself to an extent, or at least to an extent, and that's what I'm trying to just be happy with. It's like my little sector of life. So I'm journaling, I'm lighting candles and incense and trying to be mindful of the time I have left on earth and do things that make me happy and collect smells that make me happy, and just be happy. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fucking feat in and of itself. But yeah, I'm gonna start crocheting. I have some projects lined up. By projects lined up, I mean I drew a picture of what I want, and I want to do like a pumpkin tapestry, but I haven't got the colors figured out. And I want to do like a celestial tapestry, kind of like the Tangled Sun. Do you know what I'm talking about from Tangled, the movie? Do you don't even know that song? That song, that movie, Tangled. Yeah, I want like the golden sun and the golden purple. It's very like a Mardi Gras esque colors, and I like it a lot. It is almost, well, it's 8:05 here right now. The sun is still out, and I have to go wash off some eggs, and I have to make some jam. Somebody gave us like 6 tomato plants in exchange for a jar of jam, so I have to go make that jam because that's the world I actually want to fucking live in a world like that. Um, so I have to. That's what I've been doing, guys. I'm so sorry. Like I should probably vlog whenever I'm doing that, but I wake up late in the day and then I have to run to the store and get everything I need before my husband goes to work. And then um we had like a whole thing where we had to replace a door in the house, and now that that's done and now I'm organizing things in the house again, and by the time I finally stop and think about it, I'm just kind of like trying to reset myself by listening to classical music and gathering ideas on Pinterest for how I want my summer to go. I think next pay period, we're going to buy an alternator or a starter for our boat. We have like a 1987 POS, and it's very old, but well, it isn't very. It's older than I am. But we cleaned it out, and the rain has also washed it off, and so we're just fixing the boat. It runs 45% of the time, and the rest of the time we're out in the water waiting and praying for it to run. It's held together with bubble gum, glue, and toothpicks and some duct tape. It's a very, very old boat, but it gets us out into the canals, and I like that. I like going fishing for catfish and anything really out in the Gulf. I love fishing. I love frying up fish. I love cooking food. Um, of course, I hate the realization that the fish in the ocean are filled with like mercury and fentanyl. Like it's such a weird thing. It's just weird, whatever. Gotta keep Narcan around if I'm gonna eat some fucking Gulf of Mexico fish. But yeah, you know how like every so often rich people become enamored with poor people food, and then they make it unattainable for poor people again? Like so they used to do that with like po' boys, right? Literally po' boys, right? And then rich people came in and like gentrified the South. And so now crawfish, which was kind of like a poor man's food, is now extraordinarily expensive, as well as shrimp and things out of the Gulf that were like easily accessible for coastal communities to gather via, fishing, shrimping, things like that, crawfishing, crabbing, things like that, things that we grew up on in the South. But now, at the fish market, it has become predominantly unattainable. When you go to the local markets, it's unattainable. It's like it's $15 a pound for a frozen crawfish when it used to be like $6 a couple of years ago, and I can make a whole entire pot of crawfish pasta that could feed a family of 8 or 2 families of 4. And that was something that I loved bringing to an event, such as like our May Day events that we have down here, or Beltane, Lunazag, things of that nature. So it's very depressing whenever you see prices just going up for food that was essentially supposed to be for people within a lower budget range, and yeah, that's peculiar and fucked up. Yeah, it's just crazy. Eggs as well, like eggs. Like, okay, so things that like poor people. I'm so sorry. We're just gonna get into it because you guys probably are on my channel because you like me ranting. So I'm gonna start ranting. What time is it? It's spooky time. Okay. So the biggest issues I have is that things such as fish, shrimp, crawfish, things that were like basically poor man's food, eggs, have now become extraordinarily like pricey. And we have chickens here, so it's not a big deal. It's about $20 for a sack of feed, and whereas it is $20 for a box of eggs where I live at. And I could get like for $20 lasts our chickens all month, just about. I buy a sack of feed a month, and so $20, or let's say I have a dozen hens that are laying, right? So a dozen eggs a day times 30 days, roughly. Let's just say 10 eggs a day times 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Do the math, and then you realize that a sack of feed and a dozen hens is cheaper than buying fucking eggs at the goddamn store. Now, if you add a rooster to the mix, you could get some fertilized eggs and duplicate your hens. Duplication glitch. Duplicate your hens, and then you could eat some if it came down to it. And that's what we kind of did last year. We gathered some ducks because they were extremely messy, and you get more meat out of ducks, but it's a darker meat. The whole thing's kind of more rich and darker, and the fat's different. But yeah, we butchered our own ducks, harvested them. So sorry, some people are sensitive. We harvested our own ducks, and that was an entire learning experience. But from the harvesting of your own food and being mindful of it, you can take the blood, bones, and the excess parts that you're not using out of the bird and put it back into the garden. It will decompose in the soil, it'll feed all the tiny little microbes in the soil, and then give you more life in the garden, which is what some of these ancient traditional pagan uh, wheel of the year kind of celebrations were for harvesting and planting and contracts and things of that nature. I've been like knee deep in Irish folklore lately, and it's invigorating and it makes me happy again, you know. And my husband's Irish and Italian, and like um yeah, and we're a ragtag mix of shit. But yeah, my kids, they have the funniest, strangest, most peculiar blood in their body. They're goofy. But yeah, so um it's I guess it's important for me to learn these stories and to align personally with these kind of things as somebody who is like kind of pagan adjacent, I suppose. And then also I love folklore, I love superstition, and I love understanding deeper meanings behind the things that we view as just hogwash bullshit. You know what I mean? People are like, oh, well, you know, it's a fire festival. Why was it a fire festival? You know, and then you find out that they would walk the cattle through the two things of fire, the two bonfires to burn off the winter coat and to burn off ticks and fleas and things of that nature. And so there's like a deeper meaning behind these things that we once thought of just stupid pagan rites of just, you know, whatever. Anyways, I've been out in the garden every single day gathering about a gallon of berries from the trees. Sorry, a gallon of berries from the trees, and I ordered 45 cuttings from the internet. So I'm gonna be whatever, just autistic dumping right now. I'm going info dumping now. I'm going to be, and like you could join me for my journey. I guess I'll record it if you guys are interested in that. I know I'm South Texas vampire, you know, whatever, South Texas vampire. This is the South Texas part, guys. I told you guys there's a part of me that's very South Texas, and that's homesteading and other things like that. Being so self sufficient and also just fishing, hunting, and gathering, homesteading. Um, yeah, that's a part of it. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I guess I can start recording myself berry gathering every day and gathering the eggs and doing little homestead vlogs, I suppose. But other than that, during the middle of June, I usually start shifting back into my kind of goth thing. But right now, it's like I'm just outside a lot of the year, so I get very dark and not very dark, but you know I'm mixed, so I my complexion changes, and so clown white light looks completely startling on me whenever I start hanging out in the sun for too long. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm not very good at explaining things. So yeah, that's where I've been. I've been out in the garden, me and my fucking shoes of all kinds just gather. There's dust and dirt everywhere. I have to vacuum and clean these fuckers off, and just I've been gardening. I still have to plant a bunch of okra. I still have to plant tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers, and I have to. Then when I get the cuttings in for I have 45 cuttings coming in. I have to slice them. I guess I could show you how I slice cuttings if you're interested in that. I'm just letting you guys know openly that it's going to start becoming a gardening, homesteading channel, and then it'll go back into gothic fashion and makeup and things like that. But for springtime, I'm just going to be reflecting what's happening in my world. If you like that, cool. If you don't, cool. You can unsubscribe. I really don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not here to make friends, buddy. I'm here because if I don't be creative, I'm going to fucking snap if I don't make some things. I'm making short form content on my Instagram. If you want to follow me, it's South Texas Vampire, all one word. Um, yeah, just out in the garden doing shit. Scrapbooking, making things. And then reading. I have to start reading again. I made some tea. I'm gonna go drink some more of it. Probably heat it up, make some more tea. Um, I had tortellini last night for the first time with ricotta and spinach. That was interesting. And like the base, the sauce was parmesan and a mix of lemon pepper and herbs, butter from Ireland, Irish butter. I love Irish butter. And then how do you say parmesan and mozzarella? And then I kind of like mixed it together. Anyways, I had tortellini last night. I've never had that before, and then I had it last night. And that was good. That was good. What else? Oh, I got a new journal. Oh, I'll show you this journal composition notebook. That's what I got. So yeah, that's what I got. And I have to go, I don't know, do some stuff. What's this? Fucking cord. Oh, it's to the kickstand. Whoops. I have to go make jam. I gotta go make jam right now because the guy gave us 6 tomatoes and peppers and it's exchange stuff, you know what I mean? So yeah. And then my friend wants some jam and I'm looking at the trees and figuring out how much compost I need to put at the bottom to kickstart a second round of blooming of the berries, things of that nature. It's just like a whole thing. It's really taking up a lot of. Oops, I kicked the table. It's taking up a lot of my time and energy and stuff like that. And so whatever, like whatever. But yeah, I'm hunched over like fucking Igor. Yes, I like my hair. I like looking like a little French boy. God, shut the fuck up, bitch. Yeah, I love looking like a little French man. What are you gonna fucking do? Fight me? Like, okay. Actually, yeah, I do love this haircut. It's so funny. And then in 6 months, it'll be back to being long and everything. And you gotta enjoy like the seasons. I'm such a season person, like a seasonal shifter, a person. I don't know what that is, and I don't fucking care. It's not very whatever. People, they're obsessed. Like, and I fall into it too, but people are so obsessed with like labels nowadays. They're like, oh, corporate goth, whimsy goth, cottagecore, dark academia. And it's okay for tagging and finding things, yeah. But placing yourself into such kind of confines and constraints is so aggravating for me. I'm way too sporadic and chaotic and to do that. If I feel like shifting into it completely different thing, I will, and I can't stop it. Like it's something from within. It's not even something I can control. I could try to control it for an extent, but it'll grow and stretch and consume and engulf me until it is what it is. That's just who I am. That's what I'm finding out who I am. And that's the kind of person I am. I shift around into different things and that's just what I fucking do. And if you're that person, don't feel shameful like, oh, I'm a poser because I'm not 100% goth 100% of the time. Number one, goth is about the music. Number two, who gives a fuck what anyone says? If somebody's out there calling you like a poser or a bitch or blah, 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 they could just suck a dick. They can just go suck a dick and like unfriend them, block them, unfollow them. You know what I mean? Like go through your following on Instagram, even groups you're in on Facebook and things like that. TikTok, I don't know, whatever fucking things you guys are into, Red Note, I don't know. And just do a follower and like a following cleanse. Cleanse your algorithms. Yeah, it's a good time for that. It's a good time for cleansings because yes, fire is change and fire is cleansing. And we're in the kind of like we're beginning the fire seasons. But also, that can morph and change as humanity grows in different ways and adapts and adopts different structures socially. And so we can just adapt that kind of alchemical fire change into shifting your algorithm around, shaking out things, dusting it off, burning off the winter hair of your algorithm, your feed, your friends, and everything. And just try to protect your peace, whatever it maybe. The whole world's it's just overstimulation of one horrible thing after another and after another. You know where your heart is, you know where it lies, and where it is essentially, and that's all that really matters is you and the universe knows you, and you have to protect yourself to an extent. And if that means unfollowing somebody who's always screaming about politics, then that's what that means. And are you a bad person because you're just trying to protect your peace? Do whatever it takes to do the right thing for yourself, okay, and your family, because if you're a happier person, Sorry, there's a hair. If you're a happier person, guess what? You're gonna radiate that outwards. And if you're completely fucked all the fucking time, you're gonna radiate that outwards too. And yeah, it's very difficult and very confusing and consuming. And we only have so much time to live on this fucking planet. You never know. Um, might as well spend it full of love, full of love, filled with love. Please, bitch, can you speak? Can you speak? Um, filled with love, and if you're oversharing, who gives a fuck? Just as long as you're happy. Um, if somebody tries to use that information against you, they can suck a dick too. I mean, what the fuck? When I was a kid, people always used to hit me with that shit. They'd be like, why are you telling everybody everything? People would be like, aren't you afraid someone's going to like tell somebody what you said? It's like, bitch, I will tell them twice. I don't fucking care. Like, oh wow, that girl's really annoying. Nobody wants to be around you. Good. I don't want to be around you either. Like, you're not annoying. I need more annoying girls around me. Like a squad of just annoying bitches so we can just go annoying people. Like, and oh, you're annoying, you're loud, you're this, you're that. I don't really give a fuck what you say. Since when were you a fucking critic? Like, since when? Who gives a fuck what you say? People are so funny. It's always the people who nobody fucking cares about to hear their opinion, that have an opinion on everything. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Like, girl, shut up. Oh my gosh. Somebody said something. They're like, before you fucking sit there and want to judge me, stick your up your and then sniff it, and then you come back and tell me something, okay? What the hell? What the hell, Barry? Before you ever form a fucking opinion about me, all right? Before you ever fucking form an opinion about me. Oh my god, I have an idea. I'm gonna put the snail on top of the fucking mushroom. Yeah. So, anyways, this is my vlog for the day. Whatever. Snail. I believe in snail. 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 Okay, this is a vlog for the day. I gotta go make some jam. Okay, I'll see you later. Goodbye.